The storm raged through the night, and the winds howled like a pack of wolves. Adesuwa clutched her crying newborn baby, trembling in fear and shame. The child, born out of wedlock, was a secret she couldn't afford to keep. Her family would disown her, and the villagers would mock her for life. Desperate and broken, she made her way to the edge of the Ase River, the rushing waters glowing eerily under the stunning sky. And the river was alive that night, its wave thrashing as if angry at the world. Adeshua whispered a prayer, her tears mixing with the rain. Forgive me, she said, her voice shaking. Please take her away. Don't let her suffer. With trembling arms, she placed the baby in a woven basket, wrapped tightly in a cloth. The baby's cries pierced her heart, but she looked away, unable to bear the sight. As she pushed the basket into the water, watching as the river seemed to grab hold of it, carrying it away swiftly. For a brief moment, the storm calmed, and the river appeared to glow golden under the lightning flashes. Adesuwa thought she heard a soft feminine voice in the wind, whispering, "She is mine now." Though haunted by what she had done, Adeshua ran back home, her heart heavy with guilt. She tried to convince herself that she had no choice. The river will care for her, she whispered repeatedly, but the thought did little to ease her torture. That night, she dreamed of a woman with flowing golden robe and piercing eyes, standing by the river with the baby in her arms. As years passed, and Adeshua rebuilt her life, she married Chief Oladipo, a wealthy and well-respected man who loved her deeply. Together, they lived in a grand house and were admired by all. Adeshua believed she had left her dark past behind. She never told anyone about the child she had abandoned, not even her husband. When Adeshua gave birth to a baby girl, joy filled their home. The baby was named Eerie. She was perfect in every way, but as the midwife cleaned the child, she shouted, "This mark," she said, pointing to a crescent-shaped birthmark on Erie's shoulder. Adeshua froze. It was the exact same mark her first daughter had, and the sight of the birthmark sent shiver down Adeshua's spine. But she told herself it was just a coincidence. "It is nothing," she assured the midwife, forcing a smile. Deep inside, however, worried began to creep into her heart. Could it be a sign? Was the past returning to haunt her? As Eerie began to grow, Adeshua's worries deepened. The child had a discomforting presence. Her piercing gaze seemed to see through people, and she often stared at Adeshua as if she knew her darkest secrets. Adeshua dismissed it as her imagination, but she couldn't shake the feeling that something was terribly wrong. By the time Eerie turned 5, strange things began happening around the house. One night, Adeshua heard a soft humming coming from Erie's room. She peeked inside and froze. Eerie was singing a lullaby, the same one Adeshua had sung to the child she abandoned. Adeshua's heart pounded in her chest. "Where did you learn that song?" she asked, her voice trembling. Eerie simply smiled and said, "You taught me, Mama." Soon, Adeshua's worries turned into fear. The next morning, she found all the mirrors in the house shattered. Eerie stood in the middle of the living room, holding a broken piece of glass. "I didn't mean to break them," she said sweetly, but her eyes held a strange glint. Adeshua felt a chill run down her spine. Months passed. Villagers began whispering about the Oladipo's household. Cattle mysteriously died, crops withered, and the once thriving Oladipo's business started to crumble. Chief Oladipo dismissed it as bad luck, But Adesuwa knew better. She had seen Eri standing in the field one morning, her small hands raised as if commanding the wind. Not long, Erie's behavior became more disturbing. She would draw strange symbols on the wall and speak in riddles. Do you remember the storm, Mama? She asked one day. Adesuwa's blood ran cold. She knew Ari was no ordinary child. She was a reminder of the past, a punishment sent by the river. Desperate, Adesuwa sought help from Baba Ola, a powerful priest in the village. She poured out her story, trembling with guilt and fear. Baba Ola listened silently, his face grim. The river does not forget, he said. You disrespected life and the goddess Oshun. This child is not yours. She is a vessel of vengeance. Baba Ola warned Adesuwa that the spirit of the child she abandoned had returned and demanding justice. The goddess requires a sacrifice, he said. Neither you atone for your sins, or the spirit will destroy everything you love. Adesuwa broke down in tears, torn between her guilt and her fear of losing her family. Back at home, Erie's torture escalated. She began targeting her siblings, pushing one down the stairs and nearly drowning another in the bathtub. Adesuwa begged her husband to believe her, but Chief Oladipo dismissed her claim as mistakes. She's just a child, he said. But Adesuwa knew the truth. Erie was no ordinary child. One night, Erie confronted Adesuwa directly. Why did you leave me? She asked, her voice cold and accusing. Adesuwa broke down, confessing everything. I was scared. I didn't know what else to do. She cried. Erie's eyes burned with anger. You will pay for what you did, she said, her voice echoing. Soon, the family's suffering reached its peak. Chief Oladipo's business collapsed entirely, and villagers began avoiding Oladipos, calling them cursed. Adesuwa knew she had to act. She returned to Baba Ola, begging for a solution. The only way to end this is to face the river, he said. Offer yourself as a sacrifice, and the gods may show mercy. Adesuwa returned to the Ase River, trembling with fear. The waters were calm, but she felt a strange presence watching her. As she knelt by the riverbank, Oshun appeared in a vision, her golden robe flowing like water. You abandoned life, and now you must pay the price, the goddess said. Jump, and your family will be spared. As Adesuwa prepared to jump, Erie appeared before her. Do you really think this will save you? She asked, her voice dripping with smiles. Adesuwa turned to face her, tears dripping down her face. I am sorry, she whispered. I never meant to hurt you. For the first time, Erie's expression softened. I didn't come to destroy you, she said. I came to make you remember. Life is sacred, and every choice has its consequences. With this word, Erie stepped into the river, her form dissolving into golden light. The river roared. A sense of peace washed over Adesuwa. She felt the weight of her guilt lift, but the pain of her actions remained. The villagers noticed the change immediately. The cattle thrived, and the Oladipo's household regained its former glory. Adesuwa dedicated her life to atonement. She became a protector of the river, educating villagers about its sacredness and helping orphan children find homes. She carried the memory of Ire with her, a constant reminder of the lessons she had learned. Chief Oladipo, though initially angry, came to understand his wife's past. Together, they rebuilt their family, teaching their children to value life and honor the spirit of the land. Adesuwa never forgot the stunning night that changed her life forever. Though Erie was gone, Adesuwa often felt her presence by the river. She believed the child's spirit had found peace, and she vowed never to repeat the mistakes of the past. The river's revenge has been served, and Adesuwa had finally learned the true cause of redemption. The end. If you enjoyed this story, let us know what lesson you learned from the story. Please support us with your like, comment, and subscription. And don't forget to turn on your post notification bell for more stories. Thank you.